Sahar Hooti, who's going to be sharing some amazing tips on relaxation, ideas for immune health, and share a little tool, a little practice to assist. And I don't want to say too much about what you do, because I feel you are the best person to share with us.
I teach my own patients as part of their acupuncture session. You know, it's more than an acupuncture session. I teach them acupressure, stuff to do at home in between sessions. And, you know, tapping. Tapping is basically what they label it is a psychological acupressure. And it's basically they tap on acupuncture points. And so because of the nature of the work that I do, it works really well. I mean, tapping is fabulous. It just works in a way. The whole idea of acupuncture, acupressure, anything like that is basically upon the point of touch, the point of the needle, that triggers a response in the brain. So basically, acupressure, well, let's talk about acupressure today, because that's what I'm going to teach everyone. It will hit a nerve ending. I've got a little needle on my hand, by the way, stick on needle. So it's to boost the immune system. So basically, when you press on that, that's going to create a micro injury response in the brain. So the brain, it's tricking the brain, okay? So it's calculated. Not every point can do this. So it's calculated. It's on a specific nerve ending that will quickly send a trigger to the brain saying, hey, there's an injury here. And then the brain will go, wow, okay, let's quickly rush blood to that area. So what does that do? When it rushes blood to the area, it's rushing white blood cells as well. So it's increasing your T cell production. T cells are a type of white blood cells. And their role is to basically kill off any pathogens, which is basically viruses and bacteria, anything like that. So what does that mean? That means it naturally boosts our immune system, and that effect stays for up to a few days. That's why acupuncture, the more you have, it's got an accumulative effect, and so it builds up on the previous treatment, and basically that's how you boost your immune system. So it's as simple as that, the theory of what I'm going to teach you today.
I love that. I love that it's so backed by sort of scientific evidence to support why it's happening. I love all of
I'm
that.
a science girl, so.
Great. Well, please go ahead. I'm ready to start poking myself.
Is everyone ready? So I call this method, so I've combined it with traditional tapping, traditional acupuncture, so acupressure. So I've turned it into my own thing, and I've literally called it tap and chill. Okay. So basically, whenever you're ready, I'm going to start. Okay, I have, shall I reply to people as we go along, or?
I'll help you out a bit. I'll do all the replying whilst you lead us through this.
Thank you. So, I don't know how, we've got 7 people on here. Okay, brilliant. So what I would like you to do is, while you're seated comfortably, wherever you're seated, uncross your legs. And if you've got a pen and paper in hand, that would be great. I'll give you a few seconds to pick that up. Otherwise, if you're good at taking mental notes and remembering, then do that. So whenever you're ready, let's start. What I want you to do is just take a deep breath in and out. And now I want you to take a note of how you will rate your breathing on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being amazing breathing, very comfortable, and 0 being uncomfortable breathing. So what number would you rate that right now? Take a note of that. Okay, so we're now going to start. My predominant, my writing hand is my right hand, so I'm going to do everything with my right hand. And when I say right hand, you can, or left hand, you can switch it according to what you think. So we're going to take, I'm going to take my left hand with my right hand, 3 fingers. When we tap with the pads of the fingers, okay? It's not with the nails, it's with the pads, the tips of the fingers. So you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna come right on the side here, and we're gonna tap. It's gonna be a firm tap, okay? So it's not a fluffy tap, it's a firm tap. So you literally feel it, but you don't wanna hurt yourself. So let's start. I'm gonna take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. So now we're going to take 2 fingers. On the right side, I'm going to come at the beginning of the eyebrow. We're going to tap. Take a deep breath in. And out. A little further in, just on the beginning of the bone. Deep breath in. And out. Now I want you to come to the side of your eye on the orbit bone. Tap, deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Now come underneath your eye on the bone. Deep breath in. Remember firm pressure and out. Deep breath in. And out. So it's a bit under here. And you come underneath the nose, the nostrils. Firm pressure. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Now come onto your chin right here. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Relax the right hand. I'm going to take my left hand and divide your body into half, and I'm going to tap on the collarbone right here. So you tap, get firmer, put your whole hand there. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Left hand on your waist, right hand underneath your underarm. Tap with your 4 fingers, deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Right hand on your liver point, so you divide right underneath the nipple. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Now, right hand, left hand, we want to press these 2 points on the wrist together. So it might hurt a little bit. So deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Final tapping, 4 fingers above the head. This is a very nice one. Deep breath in. And out. Deep breath in. And out. Just relax for a minute. Roughly so you can just relax. What I want you to do now is take a deep breath in. And out. And I just want you to observe how you're feeling. What's your senses like? And I also want you to take a note and rate your breathing again from 0 to 10. 10 being really comfortable and 0 uncomfortable. And I want you to compare it to what it was before we did this exercise. So what we've basically done, we've improved blood circulation to our lungs, to our chest area. We've tapped on points that's going to basically have anti-inflammatory effects. It's going to boost our immune system. It's going to help us be calm. And this is like a great exercise, even if you do have a cold or if you are suffering from tightness of breathing or tightness of chest. When you do this, you will see an improvement. So I'm very curious to see how it's going. How did you find that?
That was great. I found I was honestly I had to be answering people and saying hello.
Oh, okay, that's fine. When you practice it properly, you will see results. So
yeah.
if people don't see a difference, don't worry about it. It just means you probably didn't do it properly. And obviously you need to practice it to get it right, to get the right effect. But even just by doing that the one time, you should see an effect.
I just wanted to read to you, Zega's just said, it's wonderful to be introduced to such fascinating techniques of relaxation.
Good.
I shall continue to practice this now. Thank you. So
Perfect. You're welcome.
it's great. And I'd like to say, and it's important for me to say, always get professional advice and before you do anything new, because we don't know what personal ailments or other things you may have.
Absolutely.
If so you need to be in control of that and be empowered.
That is very true. But can I point out, there's no side effects to acupressure or anything like that. The only thing that you would think about is if someone's pregnant, they just need to be careful of what points to choose. But all of these points were safe enough.
Another question: what is the point under the armpit and wrist?
We're working on the circulatory system. So whatever your theory that you believe in it, that's great. But on a scientific level, we're working with the circulatory pathways. So this pathway here, it's basically rooted in, because these are all going up and down our body, the circulatory pathway, right? But the particular points on each pathway that we're tapping or we're needling, they're basically triggering a response in the brain to rush blood to that area. So it's like a switch to your body to encourage self-healing, okay? So the spleen channel is actually responsible for nourishing your blood. It's responsible for bringing energy, bringing nourishment to your tendons. That's a general gist of it, okay? But if we want to go really down to it, then that's a session for another time. But what was the other point they were saying? The one,
the armpit and the wrist.
The wrist is an amazing one. I'll tell you what the wrist is. The wrist is actually for the lung channel, right here. And that point is a point I use on patients when they've got asthma, or it's actually a very good preventative point, which opens up the lungs. It's a direct switch to your lungs.
A couple more questions in for you. Now they're coming in thick and fast now, thick and fast. Anything for sinuses?
Ah, it's brilliant. This tapping, do it for both sides. This, just tap, 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 tap.
Thanks for sharing that. I also wanted to ask you personally the connection between these quite external exercises and say nutrition and other elements and how they come together.
Yes. So shall we talk about what we did today? So today was for immunity. One of the best things I would recommend for us to stock up on. Don't go crazy like the blue rolls. One thing I would like to stock up on is ginger. What I've done is I buy a whole ginger root, just a small one is fine, or you can get a large one. And then I slice it into little bits like that, put it in the freezer. So what I do during the day, I actually make tea and I pop that into the tea, or if I have a herbal tea, I pop that into that. And then I let it simmer. You can put it in a pot, okay? And let it simmer for around 10 minutes. And then I also add half a teaspoon of turmeric into that, and at the beginning. And then it's an anti-inflammatory drink. And ginger is great for the lungs. But obviously, depending on what your, like Spoon said, what your health condition is, if you're worried about it, because you still got to be careful with everything in moderation, but check everything online, make sure you're okay to have them. Thank you for popping on, and I'll try to respond to you individually, and we'll put some links down there, so if you want to get more help.
So just to sign off, everyone, I will be with you on Friday for another soothing story. And thank you so much for the kind words everyone's been sharing about that opportunity just to zone out and connect and relax. Just please keep doing what you're doing. I'm loving the energy in the group, the sharing, the positive vibes, and very warm and comforting. Love it.
Take care, everyone. Thank you, Spoon.